So we're going to get started. And my name is Alex Cornell de Houx. I'm the president and co-founder of Elected Officials to Protect America. And I'm so happy to see everyone here, especially so many faces that I've seen after many calls and emails. But what is Elected Officials to Protect America? EOPA really came out of our experiences firsthand on the front lines of climate change. For me, that was when I was deployed to the Marine Corps, when I was a Marine Lance Corporal and then Corporal, and patrolling the streets of Fallujah. And it was one of those extremely hot days where Marines like to be Marines, and we hold the rifle and see who can hold it the longest in the midday sun. But unfortunately, also, someone tried to blow our vehicle up. But fortunately for us, the blast, most of it missed, and we were able to follow the wire as the dust was clearing and catch the individual. And in that process of the investigation, we found out that he was a farmer who had been paid by Al-Qaeda to plant the roadside bomb because his crops had failed due to a massive drought. And now we know because of climate change. And of course, being a young Marine, I didn't put the pieces together right away. But also, when you're on post for hours and hours and you're watching the same dirt road over and over and over, our veterans here can empathize that. If you can raise your hand, thank you. You began to put the pieces together, how what was happening here and the water and energy insecurity was directly affecting his and his family's safety and ours. And so I went back and I got elected to the Maine state legislature, and I studied. Hey, where's Maine? We have one from Maine, right? There, yay, Maine. Come to us for good lobsters and blueberries. And maple syrup, yes, but Vermont might have an issue with that. And as I was talking with other elected officials who are veterans across the country, they had similar stories. Really stories of how at the tactical level, where they were protecting convoys, where 1 out of 24 convoys that primarily transported water and oil had a casualty. And then also others on the strategic level, working with General Clark, who saw what was happening across Africa and how it created conflicts like, say, the ONLF. And so we started to bring the veterans who are elected officials together in an informal network with the Obama administration. And then at the Copenhagen climate talks, I met this gentleman named Dominic. And you may have met him, but he was busily organizing 1,000 elected officials in just the state of New York at the local level, primarily to ban fracking at the time. And so we decided, hey, let's bring the local elected officials, the state and federal folks I've been working with, and form elected officials to protect America. And thank you. From there, we've expanded out. We're doing some international work where it's elected officials to protect the earth. And you can think of EOPA in 3 arenas. One is our educational arena, and that's a partnership with the University of San Francisco. And you'll see their step and repeat back there, and we have some proud alums from USF here. And we have a master's degree and a public leader certificate in public leadership from USF. And that's a partnership with the university we really value, because any veteran or military family, if you want to get the master's degree, it's 100% paid for, regardless of who you are. So we're really committed because we understand public service does not pay off, right? So you got to graduate without debt, particularly for our veterans who want to continue your second service and their families. On the public leader certificate, we also realized that not everyone can take 2 years and get a master's degree. So we have a 1 weekend program and then 6 weeks online where we do emotional intelligence and public leadership, value-based communications, reading body language, empathy-based fundraising, and public speaking, climate solutions and dangers, and disinformation and cybersecurity. And that we have a number of alums here. So if you could Yes. If you could raise your hands if you're alum here, give them a round of applause because they will be getting their certificates later this weekend. So thank you, graduates and alums. And we are really, truly blessed to have some world-class talent running this. Irina Androk, she is a lieutenant colonel, former lieutenant colonel in the Ukrainian military who has 4 presidential medals. He walked across the battlefield unarmed with sniper cover and negotiated the release of the hostages in 2014. And then as a joking of saying, we trust you, they gave her the unpinned grenade. And fortunately for them, she gave she managed to give it to the special forces, but the president then gave her a medal. She saved 800 orphans from being sold into slavery. She helped 4,400 Afghan evacuees. And since you can see why she collected the medals. But we're very, very lucky to see her help with our body language and part of the course, right? And we have the world expert really in nonverbal communications with the Contentment Foundation. And I want to recognize Heidi Roddenberry, who is making that work possible in the table here. So thank you. From there, so that's our certificate in education, because we truly believe education is unbelievably important as the baseline for really everything we do. And then on the media side, we have a podcast run by elected officials, a news magazine that goes out to 25,000 elected officials, as well as our video work. Anna Day, she's an amazing journalist. She just got the Foley Freedom Award in this building, actually. So we're truly wonderful to have her engaged, and she'll be running the press conference tomorrow. And what we realize is, frankly, lawmakers don't read a lot of white papers. I didn't when I was there, so if you put us in a video and you show our friends, we probably might be in it and watch it, right? So the value-based communication side of making the videos, but all this to say, these are the support apparatus that we want to provide to you. So if you have a policy that you care about and you want highlighted, we'd love to send that to our news magazine or make a social media video and show your colleagues and send it out to the other networks. So the rest of us can learn from the amazing solutions you have in your states and your communities across the nation and frankly, the world, right? The last part here is our work focused on policy and advocacy. So it's nonprofit work, but also we can do advocacy with our 501c4. And that ranges from on the international realm in the Ukrainian Energy Security Marshall Plan to the national side where we're focusing today on the implementation of the IRA with our task force, to offshore wind on both coasts, to electric vehicles, to climate finance. And I don't know if Heather's still here, but Wallace Global has really made this happen. I'd really like to thank Heather for allowing the lawmakers to be here. It really means a lot, so thank you. And then that really rounds out what EOPA consists of. There's a lot more what we do, but really it's about you. It's about you working together to change policy and us being able to amplify and connect. So we'd love to hear what you have to, ideas that we can amplify, what you'd love to see move forward. And we'd also love you to get engaged in our task force with the Inflation Reduction Act.